I am so thrilled to be joined by Denver defensive lineman Shelby Harris and tight end Noah Fant as we take our first look at the Broncos 2020 schedule that features 3 primetime games for the hometown team. But before we get into the details of all of that, first, guys, as a player, how big of a day is this for you? Finally knowing where you're going to be and when and how the season's going to flow. Shelby, let's start with you.
Yeah, I don't really care. It just kind of this is another day.
I was so thrilled. And now you just, come on.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, honestly, we already know who we're going to play. It's just a matter of when we're going to play them. For me, it's just most important to try to find out when the bye week is, because you really want to be able to, just be able to rest your body, and you don't want it too early. Like, I've had it as early as week 4, like week 5 before. So I feel like our bye week is week 8. It's perfect timing, and I think it's definitely setting us up for success for the season.
For these guys who are coming in this year, is week 8 literally perfect for them?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I liked it being a little bit later.
Okay.
I was kind of getting in the flow of the season and everything. But I think being in week 8 is going to break up the season, obviously half and half, and it'll give them a moment to kind of treat it as like a halftime and be like, okay, what did I do good in this first 8 games? What can I do better in the second 8 games? So I think that'll be a helpful tool for them. And a bye week is a bye week for us, and we're gonna obviously enjoy that and take the time to get to rest. So a difference of 2 weeks shouldn't be too big of a deal for them.
All right, well, let's delve a little bit deeper into the schedule, and let's just start with the one that will set the tone for the entire season. Week 1, the season opener up against the Tennessee Titans. Noah, is it nice to get a physical matchup like this one out of the way early?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, a really good game. Coach Brady over there at the Titans has, like you were saying, that has them playing very physical. Their defense is good. Their offense is starting to take off. Obviously they had Derrick Henry, who's carrying a boatload of their offense. So I think it'll be a good challenge for us on both sides of the ball, for us on offense and defense. And it'll be a good way to kind of get that initial gauge of what we can do better and what we're doing well in that first week. So.
Shelby, the guy that's going to be right next to you this season, former Titan Jarrell Casey, he knows everything about this team. How much will that help in preparation?
That always helps out a little bit, but usually teams prepare for that and they change up their lingo a little bit and try to throw some different things at you just so it kind of keeps him off guard, because obviously he knows, everything about their offense. The good thing that comes with having Jarrell, though, is he gives you tips on the offensive linemen, obviously because he's gone against every one of them. So we might get some real good intel on just little things that as we look for as D linemen, just like stance or, certain, just little things that they do that can help us kind of figure out what the play is.
Well, week 2, you guys will head to Pittsburgh to face Big Ben and the Steelers. Shelby, I think we all remember 2018, a little more than a minute left, 3rd and goal. You snatched the game-sealing interception. That was your first and only career interception, am I correct?
Oh, yeah.
Is there any chance that we're going to see one week 2 up against the Steelers again?
Well, unless I'm having another baby. Because, my daughter was born, 2 days before that game. So I felt like she was just like the good luck charm. So unless I'm having another kid I don't know about, then
we'll see.
I feel like, but honestly though, when it comes with like batting balls, it's a good chance you can get an interception off of it. And, our coach, Bill Carlisle, really, preaches batting balls. And so I feel like, there's a chance for interception every week.
Well, week 3, Tom Brady will return to the Mile High City. Noah, when you entered the NFL last season, did you ever think that the first time that you would face Tom Brady that he'd be wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey?
I did not. I never thought that, Tom Brady would be away from the Patriots, but it's going to be something new for everybody to adjust to this year. And, obviously he brought Gronk along with him to Tampa Bay. So that's definitely going to be something that's a lot of fun. And obviously for me specifically at the tight end position, Gronk being one of the all-time best, that's gonna be a really cool experience.
Shelby, the Broncos are the only team that Tom Brady has a losing record against. It's 8-9. The Broncos have had Brady's number while he was a Patriot, but do you think it's going to be the same now that he's a Buck?
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. I feel like the Buccaneers made a lot of moves to get better, and of course they got Shaq Barrett down there. My guys went over there killing it. Had had a great season last year, and I expect the same from him this year. And so I just think it's going to be a great matchup. But I go into every game thinking we're going to win every one. And I just feel like as a competitor, that's the way you got to go into it. So,
well, you guys have a short week after playing Tampa Bay week 3 before meeting the Jets week 4 on October 1st for Thursday night football. Shelby, how has your preparation for a short week kind of evolved over the years? And what advice do you give to young guys coming in that have never experienced a true short week?
With the short week, you really just have to get in the playbook. It's what I try to explain to people. It's way more mental than it is physical. You're pretty much not going to do much on the field at all. A bunch of walkthroughs. You're not really going to ever have like a full speed practice. And so you really just got to mentally be locked in and just be putting a little bit extra work every day just to try to get ready for that game, because you got to think about it. Sunday you have the game, Monday rolls around, and you're already pretty much on like a Wednesday, Thursday of the game week. And so you got to be ready you pretty much have to be advanced. And so after the game, you kind of have to go right into a playbook. But then, the greatest part about it is that you get the weekend off after. So, it's always something to look forward to when, like, for Thursday night game. You just have to realize how you have to prepare for it and how it's different than every other week.
Yeah, you'll have a full 10 days to prepare for New England week 5. Then you guys will host Miami week 6. But you won't see your first AFC West foe until week 7 when the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. So, Noah, we know the weapons that Denver added this offseason. Are you looking forward to going head-to-head with the definition of an explosive offense in the Kansas City Chiefs, given the weapons that you guys have now too?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think Mr. Elway did a great job of drafting, different receivers, any offensive skill positions that we needed to kind of take our offense to the next step. So, especially from an offensive mindset, we're going in to compete with that high-powered offense. But at the same time, specifically from me and, any of our teammates, we have a lot of confidence in our defense also. And, we had a couple key additions with Jarrell Casey and AJ Bouye, guys like that, that are going to help our defense out a lot. So I'm definitely excited. I think that's going to be a great game for us. And obviously we get to play them twice out of the year. So those are definitely going to be good games for us.
For us, it's just, it's always going to be that rivalry there. But just the fact that the Super Bowl champions are in our division is, that fire that we need to just get over the hump. We've been close multiple times over the last 3 years I've been here, and I really feel like, the advantage is going to be ours this year. We got to go out there and we have something to prove. And, it depends on them. Are they going to lull like the second year, or are they going to, do the same thing over and over again? But I feel like for us, though, we're going to be, motivated, and everybody tries to bring their best when you're playing the champion. So I feel like that's going to be us this year.
Okay, week 8, the perfectly placed bye week. Week 9, you guys were supposed to be heading to London to face the Falcons for the Broncos' first international game since 2010. Obviously, no thanks to COVID-19, that trip has been canceled. What was your reaction when you guys learned that the Broncos wouldn't be going across the pond this year?
I wasn't happy about it. I loved my London trip when I was with the Raiders my rookie year. It was going to be like a similar situation because I heard we were going to go for a week. And I'm talking about it was an amazing trip. I loved every second of it. It was my first time out of the country, and so it sucks, but it's a smart thing we need to do. There's no reason for us to be traveling out of the country right now, but it's definitely a trip that I hope every NFL player can get at some point, because it's an eye-opening trip to just be able to go over there to London or even maybe that Mexico City game and just see how much they embrace the NFL and that we truly do have fans all around the world.
Week 10 will be the first time that you guys will face the brand new, but not really, Las Vegas Raiders. Noah, you only had the chance to play at the Coliseum once, but like anyone to ever wear a Broncos jersey, you know the history of the rivalry between the Broncos and Raiders well. Is it safe to say that this rivalry will live on even though the Raiders are now in Vegas?
Oh, yeah, it'll definitely continue. The Raiders have their fan base is, definitely special, and they support their team quite a bit. So I fully believe that black hole will, transfer right over to Vegas, and they'll be there and be loud. And I actually got a chance to drive by going through Vegas, and it's gonna be a really cool stadium to play in. So I'm definitely excited for it.
Is that the stadium that you guys are looking forward to most?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm definitely looking forward to that brand new stadium. It's gonna be really cool. So,
what about LA?
That's what I'm saying. LA though is coming up, and they've been building it for so long, and it's supposed to be this like state of the art stadium. So I'm excited for both. We get to go see both. We get 2 new stadiums in our conference, and so I think they're both going to be pretty cool. But I don't think it's going to be the same between the Broncos and the Raiders anymore, because I don't think the fans are really going to be there like they were in Oakland. You got to think the fans because I was a Raider before, and so you got to think the fans. They went through heartbreak of going from Oakland, LA, back to Oakland, and then they're going to leave, then they're not going to leave, then they're going to leave, now they're in Vegas. I just don't see them having much of a hometown appeal. I feel like it's going to be more of like a tourist thing, like, oh, we're in Vegas, let's go to the game. So,
but don't you think maybe the Vegas Golden Knights are a good example of how it might actually work? The hockey team there, man, they have a fan base that's crazy.
Yeah, you have to be good though.
He said it, not me. Okay, back to divisional matchups. Week 11, you guys are hosting the LA Chargers here in Denver. Noah, this matchup between the Broncos and Chargers is one that I'm personally looking forward to, because I think there's a good chance that we're going to see 2 young guns and Drew Lock and Justin Herbert battling it out in the AFC West for many years to come. Is there a chance that we might witness the birth of the next great QB battle in the AFC?
I definitely think there's a possibility of that. Obviously Justin Herbert's a great prospect, but I'm super happy with what we have in Drew. I think Drew's going to be great. And then obviously there's Mahomes in the conference also. I think all those 3 quarterbacks will definitely battle it out, but definitely Drew and Justin going against each other is going to be something special. And but I got my bet on Drew all day. So,
Shelby, you've chased around Phillip Rivers in a Chargers jersey since you entered the league. How weird will it be trying to track down somebody not wearing the number 17?
It's real weird, because when you think of Chargers, you think of Phillip Rivers.
He's the brand, man.
Yeah, exactly. It just blows my mind that like he's not there anymore. But I get it. When it comes with old age, and so they wanted to move on to younger, and so they got. But you can't forget they have Tyrod Taylor too, who is a great quarterback. So it's either going to be Tyrod or it's going to be Justin Herbert, and so obviously you hope for the rookie.
Yeah, maybe Tyrod early and then Justin later. We'll see.
Yeah. No, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great matchup, and honestly, I feel like every conference game it always comes with that intensity. So it's going to be a good time.
Okay, Week 12, hosting the Saints at Empower Field at Mile High. Emmanuel Sanders, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, just a few of their weapons, and that's not even talking about their gadget QB, Taysom Hill. So, Shelby, what kind of complications can a guy who can run, catch, and throw create for a defense?
I just think that, you obviously have to prepare for everything when it comes to a player like that. But that's the thing, is like when he's on the field, you're expecting something. And so I feel like that kind of makes things a little easier. Yeah, like, they got great skill players. They got, they got Michael Thomas, they got Alvin Kamara. And so I think, they obviously have all that going for them. And then to just be able to throw out that little wrinkle in their offense with Taysom Hill, I think it's, it's definitely a great problem to have when you have a lot of playmakers.
Okay, this team is carrying a ton of momentum heading into the 2020 season. You guys went 4-1 over your last 5 games in 2019. Now that you've seen this schedule, how much confidence do you have in this team heading into this 2020 season?
Definitely very confident. Like you were saying before, like all of the weapons that we've added, ending the season last year 4-1 with Drew, a bunch of different things that are adding together that's really going to give us momentum. So I'm definitely excited, and not here to, obviously, like Shelby said, we're going into the season to be 16-0, but I'm just excited to get with these guys, and obviously, whenever we can get back to practice and create that bond with them, create that chemistry, and see just how good we can be.
For me, like I said, like you gotta go in thinking you're gonna go 16-0, but I think the confidence is high just from all the pieces we've added, and I think we've really addressed some areas of concern, and to have a veteran play caller now, and I just think finally we have confidence in every phase of the ball for us, and so I'm very confident. I truly believe that it's going to be a breakout season for us, and we're going to go out whenever we get back out there and put in the work and really put a good product out there for everyone.
You guys, thank you so much for helping me break down the Broncos 2020 schedule. I really appreciate your time. Good luck in 2020, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.